Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and or listening to the podcast, and welcome to my house. It's time for another ServiceNow Store highlights video. That's SSH 06282024. It's our last episode in June of 2024, and thankfully for me and for you, it's a small episode. We only have 20 new or updated applications in the ServiceNow Store for this episode. That includes 1 compatibility update, 3 fixes, 2 highlights, 6 minor updates, 3 new releases, and 5 release notes fails. Let's jump into the episode and start taking a look at how that shook out, how that broke down. For a compatibility update, we have a mouthful. This is from InfoSec Global, updated to, I think, it was Washington, D.C. or Vancouver. I can't remember on this one. But it's InfoSec Global, or ISG, Agile Sec Analytics Integration for Vulnerability Response Module. Like I said, that's a mouthful. But that got a compatibility update. For fixes, we had 3 fixes, were just little tiny fixes, not worth highlighting. They were Clone Admin Console from ServiceNow, Mobile SDK Libraries for iOS from ServiceNow, and Vulnerability Response Patch Orchestration with Tanium from Tanium. That's the fixes. Let's go down to the minor updates. We've got 6 of them, like you heard earlier. 1 Core, AI-powered search and knowledge recommendations by Coveo, Endpoint Central, Genesis Cloud Connector, Now Assist in AI Search, and UX Commons were the minor updates. Minor updates meaning there were some changes made, but again, not anything worth highlighting. Unfortunately, there were 5 release notes fails. Those 5 for this episode. Well, if you haven't watched or listened to an episode before, a release notes fail means there were no release notes, there were repeated release notes from a previous release, or there just wasn't enough detail in there for me to tell you what was new or what got updated for that application. So that list includes Evolving Configuration Risk Intelligence for ITSM, Guardian, Mobile Platform, Nuvolo Platform Service, and SecureWorks Tegus ITSM Sync integration. So those are the release notes fails. But enough with that. Let's get into the good stuff. We have 3 new releases for this episode. First on our list is going to be Bank Request Management from ServiceNow, Treasury Workflow Bank Account Request Management. Let's take a look at those key features as we do. We've got simplifying bank account request process with digitization using workflow, automated review and approval tasks, centralized process for efficient tracking and execution, and reduced manual work and improved audit capabilities. There are no screenshots on this one, and I'll point out it is an Innovation Lab offering, which means there is no support and it does not carry any warranties. Alright, so next new application is going to be Inbound Integration Suite, the comprehensive and simplified inbound integration solution by Calsoft Technology First. Key features for this new app: scripted REST is compatible with GET, POST, and PUT methods for inbound integration, support for replacing requests and requested items, support to read, create, and update / modify data on any task, extended tables, or custom tables except CMDB tables, simple request and response parameter mapping with a no-code feature, provision to read integration data on a dashboard with quick integration insights, and standardized ServiceNow endpoint URL for all 3 REST methods. They do have screenshots for this one, so let's take a look. First up is going to be the home page for, actually it's not the home page, they're highlighting the menu on the left hand side, so ignore the 2/3 of the picture on the right hand side, just pay attention to this left hand side that I got in a blue box now. It's their application menu for the Inbound Integration Suite with links to the integration dashboard, integration accounts, and support. Next screenshot is the integration dashboard showing 2 donut charts for total integration accounts and active integration accounts, and then a vertical bar chart at the bottom for count of active resources. Next screenshot is the integration account integration suite, basically the setup or configuration of that integration. And then, so I'm going to have 3 screenshots. That's it, and that is what's new from the team at Calsoft. Our last new release for this episode is going to be TekRetriever with a cool dog logo, integrating ServiceNow with retriever equipment retrieval services. There's a lot of retrieving going on in that description. Key features. This application includes actions using TekRetriever get orders, TekRetriever get order details, post Canada to Canada laptop return. This is a Canada, right? Yeah. Post international US/Canada laptop return, and post US device return. TekRetriever get orders queries Retriever to get all orders from the system, It allows you to get the details of a specific order. And then basically it's listing out what all those things I just read, what they do. Yeah, that's a really clumsy way to write that out and then try to read that back. But it is what it is. We got a description there. Screenshots for this one. There's a flow in Flow Designer for the get orders action, I guess. So they've got basically a test flow where they've dropped the get orders action onto the canvas, and there's no configuration there. It's just an action. Let's see. Next screenshot is the get order details action, showing the field for ID. So obviously it would be a order ID. And then the next screenshot is showing the post action, so post US device return, which has a ton of inputs on it. So things like device type, employee email, employee name, employee address. You get the picture, or you're watching or seeing the picture. Next screenshot is the post international action, also showing a bunch of fields. Next one is the post Canada laptop return, and then back to the get orders screenshot in Flow Designer. So that is what's new from the team at TekSynap Corp. And that is the end of our new releases, which brings us to the highlights. We have two whole highlights. First up is going to be Amazed by Intellective. Boost self-service by creating amazing and actionable knowledge articles quickly and easily. Updated to version 4.3.0. And in this version, the improvements: link authoring now enables editing. RTE configuration changes to include more commonly used defaults. Quick AI toolbar, modify, translate, spell check if enabled. Properties page addition for AI toolbar, Amaze dashboard, usage metric and insights, and interactive components made more robust. That's the highlights for that one. The last one is going to be CG4 asset tracking, updated to version 5. And in this version, they've improved out-of-the-box support for all workflows and tables included with HAM, Enterprise Asset Management, or EAM, and all other standard tables extended from the asset table, or ALM_asset. They also improved out-of-the-box support for all custom extended tables and workflows that you've created. Added some quality of life improvements to the finding conditions on CG4 audits. Added a dissection to audits that accounts for when a record is not initially expected at the start of the audit, but becomes expected during the course of the audit and is also found during the course of the audit. Added support for transfer orders. Update transfer orders with barcode scanning, RFID reading, and manual entry. Addressed an issue where CG4 transactions would rarely get stuck in an invalid status. Improved migration tool that allows the entire configuration of CG4 to be exported from one ServiceNow instance and imported to another. And the default deployment of a new CG4 installation now uses the assets table, or, like we saw earlier, ALM_asset. And that is our entire episode. It was a quick one, only 20 new or updated applications. Just to refresh your memory, there were 3 new releases, 2 highlights, 1 compatibility update, 6 minor updates, 3 fixes, and 5 release notes fails. I hope you found this video or podcast helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new or what got updated or removed from the ServiceNow Store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.